Am I the asshole for being upset my BF didn't update me on a night out? My boyfriend, 30 male, and I, 26 female, have been dating for about 2 years. It's pretty serious and we live together. An important side note, a couple months ago, we got into a pretty big fight because on Halloween I wanted to spend time with him and he told me we would get together after trick or treating, but he went out with his friends and didn't text me all night and went to a club until bars closed. I expressed to him that holidays are important to me and I wanted to spend time with him on that day. But the bigger issue being he didn't text me the entire night to tell me what he was doing, who he was with, or where he was going. Now, for the current problem, my boyfriend told me he was going out with his friends to a bar to watch a football game at 4:30 p.m. I was completely fine with it and told him I was going to spend time with my family since I haven't seen them a lot lately. Before he left, I asked him, "You're just going to watch the game, then you're coming home after." That way I knew how much time he was going to be gone and to plan my night around him so I would be home around the same time as him later on. His response to that was, "Yes, I am just going to watch the game and I'm coming back after." I responded with, "Okay, let me know what you end up doing or if anything changes because if you're going to stay out, I'll join you after the game." I packed some clothes for the bar just in case if I ended up meeting up with him and his friends. We said our goodbyes and I went to my mom's house to spend time with my siblings and nephews. I completely trust him and I'm never worried anything is going to happen infidelity-wise. A couple hours pass and the game ends and I didn't get a single text from him. Hours after the game, I assumed he decided to stay out with his friends, but still no text. I texted him multiple times asking him for updates. At about 9:45 p.m., he texted me, "I'm leaving," which isn't too late and totally acceptable to hang out a couple hours after the game. Except he didn't leave and continued to stay out until past 2 a.m. when bars close. I can't go to sleep until I know he's safe wherever he is staying, so I obviously stayed up waiting for him. I eventually call him at 2:30 a.m. and he picks up and says he's gonna come home now and told me that he went to a couple different bars throughout the night and after the game. Am I the asshole for having a problem with him not updating me throughout the night? I wanted him to send me a text updating me that he was going to a different bar or changing locations so I don't have to worry about him. Sending me a couple texts throughout the night is a respect thing to me. If he cared about me, he would have sent me a text so I didn't have to worry about him. I know he didn't intentionally hurt me or technically do anything wrong, but I feel like I don't matter to him. What do you guys think? Am I the asshole for being upset my boyfriend didn't text me or update me all night? Update. I forgot to mention when he finally did come home, he showed up with one of his buddies that were staying over, which I don't mind, but he told my sister we would babysit for her the next morning at 9 a.m. Am I the asshole for how I reacted during a migraine while my partner was already grieving? I'm posting because I genuinely don't know if I handled this wrong and want outside perspective. This morning, after dropping our son at school, I came home with a severe migraine. I've had migraines since I was about 10. When they hit, the pain can be extreme and can cause involuntary sounds, visible tension, and difficulty thinking or communicating. When I got home, I started taking out the trash. I know resting is usually better, but sometimes simple physical activity helps distract me from crying or screaming from the pain. I started alone. My partner later came out and began helping. Earlier that morning, I had supported her emotionally because one of her chickens had died, and she was very upset. She had thanked me for being kind before I left for school drop-off. While tying trash bags, I noticed one bag had come loose and some trash had spilled without either of us realizing. Almost at the same time, a strong migraine wave suddenly hit me and I made a low "erg" sound and tensed up. I believe she thought I was reacting to the spilled trash or to something she did, but it was actually the migraine pain. At that moment, I couldn't explain yet. She asked if I was okay. I walked to another room to gather more trash and said I was not okay and that I had a migraine. When I came back with a small bag to combine it, she had already wrapped the larger bag and was about to take it outside. Seeing this, my migraine made it hard to think clearly, and I felt internally frustrated because I couldn't finish the small bag the way I had planned. I shook my head slightly and made another distressed sound, but didn't say anything. She became very upset, said I was being mean to her, dropped what she was doing, and went back into her room angry. After that, she began messaging me, saying things like, "There is never a good excuse to treat people mean, especially your family. Especially when your family's pet just died. You have extreme mood swings every day. You can't use pain as an excuse to hurt people." She also compared it to her back pain and said she keeps it inside so she doesn't hurt others, and that I should have gone to lie down instead of continuing to interact. I replied that I was having a migraine, apologized multiple times, said I wasn't directing anything at her, and asked for space to rest because the messages were making the migraine worse. From her perspective, she felt I took my pain out on her while she was emotionally vulnerable. From my perspective, I was in intense neurological pain, couldn't think clearly, and didn't intend to direct frustration toward her. So, am I the asshole for how I reacted and for not stopping immediately? Or is this a situation where pain, timing, and emotions collided?
Am I the asshole for asking my best friend why she's excluding me? I, 29 female, have been best friends with Jenna, 29 female, since college. We've been inseparable for 11 years. We talk every day, spend every weekend together, go on trips, the whole deal. She's basically my soulmate, platonic obviously. About 6 months ago, Jenna started dating this guy, Mark, 32 male. I was happy for her at first. I really was. But then she started canceling our plans to hang out with him. I totally understood. New relationship energy and all that. I never complained once, but it's been getting worse. She's canceled on me 6 times in the last 2 months, always last minute. Always for Mark. I finally told her, very calmly, that I felt like she was prioritizing him over our friendship, and it hurt my feelings. She apologized and said she'd make more effort. Things were better for like 2 weeks. Then last month, I saw on Instagram that Jenna went to this wine tasting event downtown. The same weekend, she told me she was too busy to come to my place for our pre-planned dinner and needed to cancel. I didn't want to be accusatory, so I just texted her, "Hey, saw you were at that wine thing. Hope it was fun. Would have loved to come if I'd known about it." She left me on read for 3 days. Then she finally responded with just, "It was a last-minute thing with Mark's coworkers." Okay, fine. I dropped it. I didn't want to seem clingy. But then 2 weeks ago, I found out through another friend that Jenna is having a birthday party next month, and I haven't been invited. I texted Jenna asking about it, still very calm and not accusatory. And she called me and said it's going to be a small thing, just Mark's friends and a few people from work. I was so confused. I've been to every single one of her birthday parties for 11 years. I asked her directly, "Are you mad at me? Did I do something wrong? Because I feel like you've been icing me out and I don't understand why." She got really quiet and then said, "I think we need some space. You're being really intense lately and it's making me uncomfortable." I was floored. Intense? For asking why my best friend of over a decade is suddenly treating me like a stranger? I told her I thought that was really unfair and that I deserved an actual explanation. She said she didn't want to have this conversation and that she needed time to think. That was 12 days ago and she still hasn't reached out. I'm heartbroken. I've literally done nothing wrong. I've been patient. I've been understanding. I've tried to communicate my feelings like an adult, and she's acting like I'm the problem. My mom says I should just give Jenna space, but I feel like if I do that, our friendship is just over. I sent her one more text yesterday saying, "I love you and I'm here when you're ready to talk. I just want to understand what happened." She blocked me. I'm completely devastated. Am I the asshole for trying to save our friendship?